Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew with Family's Everything.
Until it's not. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Aunt. I just realized I do like the entire opening because we cut that initial part.
Yeah,
I'm Aunt.
I'm Aunt.
I
I'm
know.
Andrew. You miss it? I don't. I think they know I'm Aunt by now and
Yeah.
not Andrew. Don't misgender me. I am Aunt.
Yeah, no, that's why we call you that.
Well, we're in Salt Lake and
Yes.
we're actually in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I've
Exactly.
never been to Milwaukee. Have you been to
I have
Milwaukee?
not. I have
No, me
not.
either. But if I went, I would want to go drink the champagne a beer. I would.
Yeah.
Actually, I've had the champagne a beer, but not in Milwaukee. Um, did you like the whole like opening the way they did it with like the whole Shamil, Shemazel, Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated? You know, it was a
Yeah.
little, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cliche to tell you the
A
truth.
little bit.
Because I
A
don't
little
know
bit.
if half the people know who Laverne and Shirley are
Yeah, I didn't like it. And also,
who are
like,
watching. I just thought
Whitney,
it was.
like, wants to
I
be
thought
Laverne and
Andy
Shirley,
knows.
but, like, Heather has different plans to tell her, is about to drop a bomb.
Yeah, like
But it's not
totally.
also a bomb. Like, can we just get into it? Like, can we just get into that part? Like, can we just address it quick? Meredith did nothing. She goes, I read online.
Line.
Therefore, she didn't start it.
Did you think they looked alike?
What do you mean? The two pieces of
Well, I
jewelry?
mean, the Alibaba, this episode should have been sponsored by Alibaba. Have you ever bought anything on Alibaba?
No.
Me either. Have you bought anything on Temu?
No.
I bought one thing on Temu. It was supposed to be this fabulous, lush, plush Christmas wreath. And it came looking like a Charlie Brown wreath. Okay. Like
Oh,
Charlie
that's
Brown's,
sad.
it was so sad. And it was like, and it took forever. Nothing like Amazon. Amazon, you can have it here in 3 hours, And it
Yeah.
was nothing like Amazon. It wasn't even quick. It took like 10 days to get it. You can't return it. I mean, you probably can, but it was crap. That's all I'm going to say. If that's
Okay.
defamation of Timu, I don't care. I didn't like what I got. But
Okay.
Alibaba, it was the same picture. It was
Yeah.
the same photograph. I mean,
So,
don't lift things off of the internet. That, you know what that reminded me of almost? Of
what?
when Craig was using clip art when he started with his pillows. And Miss Pat would say, is this clip art? And he said, well, oh yeah, I didn't know where else to go for art. That's all I thought of.
Yeah, you're right. It's true.
Yeah, that's all I
What
could
I
think of.
find to be odd is that this week, outside of the show, this whole like rumored MLM multi-level marketing
Uh,
scheme by Whitney came out. So like I personally feel like, okay, if you're a housewife and you have
yeah.
a website for yourself and you want to like buy wholesale something and then like put your own little spin on it and sell it just like retail
So is her
in
thing like
your
LuLaRoe or something?
whatever. Like my point
Where they
is
get
that like
distributors to sell and then you get a
yeah, I
part of
think
it?
so, but she
Okay.
also like makes it seem like it's a true like designed brand. I think it's different if like for example, it's a good
No,
use a good one.
she just goes to these buyer shows and they put
Yeah,
her name on it. That's
that's what I'm
all.
saying. But like for example, if
They're
Lou
curated. Yeah.
LSX decided to sell like
Yeah.
statement
She would
pieces,
go to somebody who sells statement
but she wouldn't
necklaces.
have to. She wouldn't be like these are Lou by Luann.
Yeah,
Like
she would be. I think it's
no,
what She by Sheree was.
but maybe it's something where like I think there's a difference between calling it like the Friday night necklace. But she's not saying like I made the jewelry piece. She's just buying a bunch of the same statement piece at wholesale prices, calling it the Friday night and putting it in her store on her fan page
Right.
because
Well,
that's
that's where
important to her.
anybody gets
But
stuff
what I'm
for their
saying is
store.
Whitney has like a company website. It's like there's
Oh,
sales reps. Like
yeah.
this is not like merch. This is jewelry. And that's where it's wrong. And I think that's where Whitney doesn't understand that like plenty of public figures, plenty of housewives have like made t-shirts, made candles. We know that, if you watch Potomac, they got all mad that on
Jill,
Potomac
right.
that one of them has a 2-wick candle and the other one came out with a 3-wick candle. But it's like
I'm still
they
waiting
didn't
for this. Well, I'm still waiting for the Sonia Morgan toaster oven.
yeah, but my point
Yeah.
is that it never came out because Sonia didn't want to just sell a toaster oven on her
Yeah, she
website.
wanted a brand. Yeah, she
Yes.
wanted to brand like
So
Jill
Whitney, that's
Zarin
where you went
does.
wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? It reminded me back in the day when Gretchen Rossi was on OC, she had a handbag line. Similar thing. She went to somebody in China. She ordered a bunch of bags and they put Gretchen Rossi on it.
It's
And
not
she
like
got
she went
somebody to
to a
sell them.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like she went to a manufacturer and they were like, these are the bags we make. We're gonna work with you to make something similar, but it's gonna be special just for your line.
Yeah. And that this is my design and this is how I want it. Like probably Rebecca Minkoff over on New York
Well,
is
Jill
doing.
Zarin, she gets
Jill Zarin, yeah.
Jill
Jill,
Zarin did a
look what
number
Jill
of
did. She
deals.
started with rugs, that she was doing masks, made a fortune on masks.
Yeah,
She does all sorts of candles, Jill Zarin. So
and that's different. It's more of a licensing deal, and it's so different too. A candle, I think that there are certain products, there's certain categories. That's what they call them, categories. There's
yeah,
certain categories
yeah, that's houseware.
that you can be a little bit more wholesale and then like customize for it to be yours. I feel like a candle, like it's not the packaging, it's not the jar, but it might be the wax. Maybe she goes to
Yeah,
a company that does wax, and it might be the same
there's
wax
all
in
sorts
another
of things.
candle,
Yeah,
but the way they're
totally.
presenting it is different, and
Right.
it's not like she's just throwing a label on it. There's a huge
Yes.
difference.
Now, is Mary Cosby bringing it this year or what?
Amazing. Her
Uh,
energy is amazing. And if you saw her on Watch What Happens Live, people, between her and Elle King is an expert on Mary Cosby. She knew
I
they,
didn't
they
see it.
they did 10 questions of what does Mary Cosby think about this? And it was like
I mean, she
things,
knew.
yeah, Elle predicted it. Elle was like, she like doesn't care that much. And
Yeah.
Mary would be like, no, I don't care.
Yeah,
It's
she doesn't.
epic. It's
Oh,
epic.
I betcha. Well, you know what? I love when Whitney came to her room and she said, "Oh, you look nice in purple." And she goes, "It's lilac. It's lilac. It's lilac." So everybody remember,
It's lilac. But let
it's
me tell you what
lilac.
Mary
I
also
thought
said
it
on
was
Watch
so
What
funny.
Happens.
What?
Andy goes, "How's Robert Sr.?"
Oh,
And she goes, "Oh, he's fine. You won't see him much." And Andy was like, "Why?" And he goes, "Oh, he's still mad." And then Andy was like, "At what?" And she goes, at this, this. And Andy goes, "Me?" Andy goes, "Me?" And he goes, "Or the producers."
yeah.
And then Mary's like, "Oh, no, no, no. He loves you, Andy. But he just
She
doesn't
saw
like the
her,
producers." Yeah,
her
and then
butter
Andy
was
says,
her bread, her
"How's
bread was
Robert
buttered.
Jr.?"
Mm.
And Mary goes, "He's doing okay." Like she avoided it
Well,
completely.
good for her. I wouldn't either. And you know what I want to say? I think Bronwyn's husband's too invested a little bit.
It
Like
might be
maybe
early
because
on.
he's this is new and he
Yeah,
actually cares. He
yeah.
doesn't realize. But the idea that he's got to be on the phone with her all the time, it seems a little
We also
weird
don't know
to
how
me.
much production pushes that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Do you think that Jeremy is looking for TV time?
This guy is he's really thrown a lot of
I
he
like Brittany too. I mean, she's good for this.
yeah, like
She's
why didn't
messy
we
enough.
hear about Brittany before the season?
I
Like
don't
we
know,
heard
but she's
about
messy
Bronwyn,
enough.
even
Yeah.
this girl Melee or Mayday,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. Mayday. Let's call her
She,
Mayday.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's got an energy, she's got a personality,
Yeah.
she's good on the show. Like they this I think it's Salt, I think it's Utah. It's like it's because I don't know how to describe it, and I've never even been, but I feel like I can tell you. It is a um it is just a place where there's a lot of energy, creativity, uniqueness, but also a
And
lot of
remember, it's high up in the mountains, so they have
yeah, like
limited
normalcy.
oxygen to their head.
Totally. And they like can be themselves and they haven't changed really for the camera. It's
No,
so
they really
weird.
haven't. Now, were you surprised that Lisa said, I'm not going, I'm going to go curling?
I don't fully understand why Lisa's so mad
I
at that.
don't
Did I
either.
miss something?
I
Like
don't know. I don't know.
I
I don't
know
know.
why it's with the Whitney thing, but
Yeah, but it seems disproportionate for what it
yeah.
is. Yeah,
And
maybe
Lisa's
they're
like that.
tired.
Listen, do you
Yeah.
do you know who Lisa's kind of like?
Who, me?
Great.
Tree? Tree. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A
It's
Salt
okay
Lake
for
tree.
them to do to people,
Well,
but
she is a New Yorker. Remember that. Lisa is from New York.
the minute that you do it to them, oh no.
Oh, no. Yeah, she's probably,
And
is
they
Lisa Italian?
always
I
can
wonder.
justify, like it's perfect with the kids reference. Let's just jump right into it.
Yeah, don't.
If someone said something about Jack, Lisa would go crazy. When
Crazy.
Jackie said the analogy about Gia,
Yeah.
Something went crazy.
Right.
But then when Teresa wants to say something about Antonia, even though it's her niece, I think there's a little bit more leeway
A
there,
little, yeah, totally. I
but
agree.
not still not fully.
Right.
It's okay. When
Mhm.
Danielle Staub wants to go after Margaret Joseph's kids, Teresa thinks it's okay.
Right. As long
You
as
know,
it's
when
not her
Jennifer Aiden
kids.
wants to go after Margaret and her
Right.
kids, it's okay. When
Well,
Louis wants to go after Margaret's kid, it's okay.
Lisa should never have mentioned Electra.
Yeah, and the way she said it was wrong
Yeah. Yeah.
because it was one of those where like this is the thing that I think that people because I
I
like
had honestly forgotten that Angie's mom had died when she was young. So that makes it even worse for her.
but I also have to say this. Lisa said it wrong because I don't think Lisa meant it how it came out as well. What Lisa
Okay.
should have said is I know that you and Sean and Electra are so close, you're always with your family, but I also feel like there's times I'm talking to you when like Electra's at school and you're like, I gotta go, Electra's here.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's 11 in the morning.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
they have school
but
vacation.
it's like, or like, so just let me, like, again, we all use, like, there's just a way to say it. I don't think she
I
meant
get
harm
it.
by it. She meant that she makes an excuse all the time to get off the phone with her. Maybe Angie's excuse is Electra. Maybe it's real some of the times, but maybe it's also an excuse. I think that Lisa could have just said, we all make excuses to avoid hard conversations with each other. And she didn't have to make it personal about her kid.
Yeah. Well, Lisa makes an excuse that she's got to give her order at Wendy's drive-through.
Yeah,
I mean, so they all make excuses. Oh,
exactly. And I just
I
think
do it
that
myself. Oh, there's somebody at the bell. Do you know what? Oh, I shouldn't say this in front of the whole world.
don't.
I've actually gone to my bell and rung it and said, "Oh, somebody's at my door. I'll have to call you back."
I love that. That's genius.
Oh, did you? They heard it. Oh, ding dong! It went off. Oh, I gotta go. I've had enough of you. So
You know what you can do
if
as
you're
a
on the phone with me
you know what
and
you
you
can
hear
do
it
as
ding
an
dong,
easier thing? Put
what?
your phone on mute for a second, turn to Alexa and say, Alexa, play a doorbell sound, and then take your phone off mute, and then she'll play a doorbell sound.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try that. I love that. Now, did you love Mary Loves Beer?
Yeah, it was fine, but I
It
thought that
was
was
so cute
Mary's
though.
normally in
Ooh,
the
I like
moment.
it. Ooh, I like it. Oh,
I thought
yeah.
that was performative.
I don't care. I still liked it.
She said, I don't watch What Happens Live. She hated it.
I don't care. It was brilliant at the moment. I
Maybe,
thought it
yeah.
was brilliant
I
at the
liked
moment.
Mary's smile when
And you know what?
Brittany
I like it even more if it wasn't real.
I love it that Brittany goes, I have an announcement to make. I want that. I hope that Brittany, if you're watching, which you're not, but if you are, I want
I
that to be your
loved it.
thing.
Yeah, I have an
I want you to be your
announcement.
thing. Every time you're at dinner with these women, you say, I have an announcement to make. Mary got so excited when you said you broke up with Jeremy.
For about 2 seconds. She's like, no, no, they haven't broken up.
Is it Jared or Jeremy?
I wrote Jeremy, but
It's Jeremy. No, it's Jeremy.
it's Jeremy.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Tell us in the comments. We'll Google it too. I
I
can say
think it's
Jared.
Jeremy.
I
And
actually
he
think
lived, do you love the idea he lived on Osmond Lane? OMG. I don't even know what Osmond Lane is, but I want to live there. I want to go on a tour. I want I want one of those Christmas house tours to Osmond Lane where everybody in Osmond Lane opens
okay,
their house
it's
up.
Jared,
It's Jared. Okay, it's not
not
Jeremy.
Jeremy. But also,
Who's calling him Jeremy
he's a musician.
Yeah, of course he's a musician. He's an Osmond. They come
I
out of the
get it,
womb
but don't you
singing.
think that this is why he's on the
Whose child
show?
is he? Whose child is he? What's his name again? Jared? Why am I calling
Yeah.
him Jeremy?
Jared is part of the Osmond family and is the nephew of Donny Osmond and Marie Osmond. His father, Verl Osmond, was a
Oh, his
person
father's
musical group,
Viral.
the Osmond brothers, who
Okay,
rose
his
to fame
father's
in the mid
Viral.
1970s.
Yeah, his father's Viral. I think he was one of the twins.
Oh, he's the Prince Harry in Mormon culture.
Oh,
That's his
yeah,
nickname.
probably because he's the second son of one of them.
No, I think he left and he's out on a TV show. And Harry,
Oh, why? The Osmonds have done all weird things.
oh, then maybe not.
No, I don't think he's the Prince Harry. Would mean he's the second in line and he's nothing.
Yeah, they don't say why. That's just
Oh,
a
we're gonna need, so it's Jared, like
Jared.
the guy who was in Subway who went to prison.
Oh my God,
Okay.
that's the who you think about? Like,
Yeah, when I hear Jared, I think about the guy who was in
yeah, we all
Subway.
know who Jared Subway is.
Yeah, he lost weight
What a
and
fraud.
then he had all that kitty porn on his
I know.
thing.
And
Well, anyway,
that was an emotional turn.
she made an announcement
Mm.
that she had an epiphany. She has epiphanies. I love that. I love that it's an epiphany, because an epiphany is such like a religious term in a lot of ways, because the epiphany is on January 6th. I mean, you know what I mean? No,
Yeah.
that's the epiphany. Wait a second. Oh, okay. I just messed that up.
Oh, wait, what they're saying is
The
that like Prince Harry is
epiphany.
royalty. He's an Osmond. He's royalty in the
Yeah,
Mormon
yeah,
world.
yeah. I want to correct me. I said the epiphany is January 6th. That's when the wise men come and find Jesus. An epiphany is what she has. And that means it all comes together at one moment.
Got
So
it.
I know the difference. I don't want to hear anybody snocking on me that I don't know the difference between an epiphany and epiphany.
Well, Bronwyn took Brittany down.
You don't know well, you know my husband's name.
No, she didn't even say it like that.
She
She
was
was just like,
dressed like a hot dog.
she took her down. She is so well spoken.
Well, yes.
She didn't get out
She
of
loves
character.
her
She
husband.
eloquently
Oh,
said like you're crazy pretty much like, and she like really
well, she
basically
is.
said,
That's what makes her so good.
I know I like Brittany.
I do too. That's what makes her so good. And you want to know what? At the end, when they were dancing at Trixie's, I hate to tell you, Brittany was the only one who had any moves.
Yeah,
Oh,
for like the fetishes.
Brittany
I'm over the
was,
fetishization. How do you say it?
I don't
Fetish
know. What are you trying to say?
fetishization. The fetishization.
Okay, this is as bad as
Fetishization.
Epiphany and the Epiphany.
Fetishization. The fetish.
The fascination.
No, the fetish, like a fetish, an obsession with the fetish around drag queens and gays and
Oh,
clubs. And I'm like,
oh,
oh my
okay.
God, Whitney, like
The
what? Like,
obsession.
it's
Yeah.
weird. Like I'm gay. I don't like it. You make me feel uncomfortable. Like, no, it's
All I took out of the drag queen episode segment.
Trixie's taller than I thought she was too.
Oh, well, that's good for her. All I could think of is that Brittany was the only one who had any moves. I'm sorry, but Lisa Barlow and Angie, they can't dance
I just think it's
at
forced. That's all I'm
all.
gonna say. I don't like any of the
At
stuff that's forced to like
all. At
try
all.
to.
And I want to say that I had one more thing to say about Todd, that there's no prenup. Ooh, that was so
Yeah,
good.
there's no prenup, but like what she said was great. Just quickly on the
No
Whitney thing.
prenup. I want to
When
know how
we
much
see,
is,
listen,
what's their last name? I'm going to have to
no, wait a
find
second.
it.
Can I just make this
I
comment?
want to
When
know.
we
I'm going to
see-
find out how much he's really worth.
When we see Meredith Marks go to like the Glad or whatever dinner last year, her son's
Yeah.
gay. Okay, it
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah.
When we see Heather Dubrow go do the family equality thing, her family has a bunch of different identities and
Yeah.
they're in that space.
Right.
That's them. That's their life.
Right.
I don't like when it's like, I get it, Whitney, you want to say you're an ally, but you act as if Trixie's like your friend, girl, like that you guys are friends. And like, I dare you to like start posting some actual content throughout the year of
Oh,
you
yeah.
with
Of
your
you guys
friend.
being together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Bravo, like this is called the Housewives. We're on
Yeah.
Bravo. It's a birth child of Andy Cohen, who's gay. We don't need to force the intersection of all these like
Okay, I
different
think
social issues.
that's
It's
reasonable.
very natural.
Mhm.
Just let it happen.
I agree. No, I
Yeah.
totally agree. I'm looking to see if there's anything else I want to talk about.
The other thing is the Bravo audience has been subjected to these things. You're not opening anyone else's eyes. We're watching a bunch of women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s scream and yell and fight with each other. I think we all know what it is to be queer and gay and this and that.
Yeah,
We're not the
I
people
get
that
that.
need it.
All right, I want to get back. Okay, whatever. You can. Andrew's on a
Who's your
tangent
mess?
right now. I just want to say I loved when Brittany asked Bronwyn if she was sexually attracted to her husband.
Oh, yes. I thought it was a little too much.
I did too. I did
didn't
too.
like it.
And
I
it
thought
was
it
weird.
was really, really like that's something on another franchise where the tables flipped on you and you're beaten to a pulp.
I thought that was a little weird, but that's why I'm going to say Brittany's sort of the mess, but I like her messiness.
There also isn't that big of like a,
because she's not malicious. She's almost stupid with it a little bit. It's just like she says dumb things. She's not malicious with what she says, Brittany.
yeah. And I also think that like Bronwyn has an idea of saying like, listen, There's a huge difference.
Well, Bronwyn has a little bit of a chip on her shoulder because she is married to a man 86 years older than her, though.
No, he's not 86 years
No,
older
I
than her.
know, but I'm saying that. Listen, he didn't have, listen, I'm old and I had color TV my whole life. He didn't. He had black and white. He's
Okay,
really
but
old.
what I'm saying
I'm
more
just
is there's a
saying,
difference. Listen,
if
when
you
you marry
only
for
had
money, you
black
marry
and
for money. When you marry for money and a last name, there's something a little tapped about you. I think it's asking for disaster. If I was a trophy wife, I'd be looking for the richest person that no one knows about.
would that be Todd?
I mean, the Palm Pilot's pretty forgettable. Who the
He's
hell
still
wants to have a
married.
stick flailing around? You have to like use a little stick. I mean, it was good technology at the time, but like it's not something I'm writing home about. It's not Steve Wozniak.
No, he's
The
really
Apple
loaded. I have a
computer.
feeling Todd's really loaded, though.
Probably. I'm not
You
saying
want to
he
know
isn't.
why? Because their art is gross. And it's almost at a, when you buy stuff that's so ugly,
Yeah,
so expensive, you must have a ton of money.
totally.
Because if you just have reasonable money, you want to like buy a nice like Rembrandt or Monet.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
not
just
a
style.
chair. Yeah, that's style. That's a little new money, her art.
Or it's way too old.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm gonna go with Britney is the mess because I like
Yeah.
her, but I like her messiness in a weird
Same.
way. I do.
Same.
I like it. I like it. And
Same.
she can dance.
Well,
All
tell us
right,
what you
everybody,
think.
like,
Tell us what you
subscribe, leave a
think.
comment,
Subscribe, comment.
all of
Love
that
you.
stuff.
See you next time.
Bye.